Hey everyone, the Powwow Guy, Rob Phoenix here. Happy full moon. It's the full moon, super moon, blood moon, flower moon, lunar eclipse, crazy moon in Sagittarius. Wednesday, May 26th, 2021. So far, nothing insane has happened. That's good. But we had three torrential downpours this evening, which great for the gardens. So I'm not complaining. It was a night indoors. That's okay. But tonight I wanted to make a little video just to kind of do a little self-promotion. I want to talk about the books I've written. I've written a couple books. They're about powwow. You might be surprised. The first one is the first powwow. Well, it's not the first powwow book I ever wrote, but we'll get to that in a little bit. The Power Grimoire. Okay, I wrote this back in 2014, and at the time I didn't know how to format stuff and whatever, but I've since redone it. It's very nicely done. I'm really pleased with how Amazon published it. Anyway, this is the Powwow Grimoire is my how-to book. It's my how to be a powwow. You know, everything you wanted to know about powwow but were afraid to ask. Okay? That's this book. This is my practice. This is my powwow practice. This is what I do, and I'm sharing it with you. So I intentionally kept the price low on this because I wanted people to be able to afford the book. Okay, it's $10, Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever you go. Online, just go online, you'll find it. Anyway, that's the Powwow Grimoire. It's basically a how-to book. It's what is powwow, why am I a powwow, what right do I have to be a powwow, and what do I do as a powwow. Okay, so that's the Powwow Grimoire 2014, Robert Phoenix me. $10. Go to Amazon, please buy it. The second book I wrote last year. Last year, 2020 was a rough year for all of us, the entire world, basically. Unfortunately, I got COVID. And then because of COVID, I had these long-lasting lung issues. So I ended up with pneumonia 4 or 5 times last year. It was a very bad year. It just made me think about my life, and I was so depressed, and I was so sad and sick, and it was just a blur. I mean, it really was a blur. There was actually, at one point last year, we got a dog. We rescued a dog. Her name was Cookie, and I believe we only had her about a month, and here she had some sort of terminal disease, and she died, and I barely remember her, just because I was so sick. Anyway, last year was a bad year, and during all of that, I wrote a book, The Powwow Guy, and it's just kind of all the things that I went through in life that led to me being a powwow and being interested in helping people to heal and feel better and try to bring some happiness to people's lives. So I wrote this. It's a memoir of a powwow. Now this book, it's priced a little higher. It's $20, but it's in color. There are some pictures in here. Younger me, my grandparents, and all these influences and such. But this is a more personal story. Not for everyone. I mean, I did put some powwow in here, but it's really just more about my journey in life and the obstacles that I had to overcome and such in order to get where I am today. So if you care, which I know most people don't, and that's okay. I totally get it, but I had to get it out there. I had to get out these feelings and these thoughts and these memories and all this stuff. I had to put it in writing. So the Powwow Guy, you can find that wherever. That's $20. And then finally, the Powwow Book of Divination. This one I just wrote earlier this year. Actually, I didn't do much writing. I just I did, but it's it's all the sort of divinatory things that I've been doing over the years, and I just kind of like put them in writing into this collection to share with whoever wants to know, what do we do in powwow? What do I do as a powwow? The kind of divination techniques. So I put it all in here. You know, the card reading, the palmistry, the powwow stick, the water witching, the astrology. You know, I put it in here, but I keep it simple, stupid is like my favorite thing I ever heard. I didn't coin that phrase, but I love it. You know, simple is enough. Less is definitely enough. So I put it in here in an easy to understand, easy to use, easy to get started, and ice machine. But you're all used to that by now. So anyway, Powwow Book of Divination. So those are the 3 books that I've written in the past few years about powwow, and I hope you pick them up. You know, I'm not getting rich off of it. I don't mean that. I like to write the stuff to put the information out there. But one thing I wanted to share with you guys, way back in 2010, before I was married, and I was still Rob Chapman, I put together this little book. They were calling it a chap book. Totally something I printed myself. If somebody wanted a copy, I would print it, staple it together and such. And it turned out to be like wildly popular. And I probably sold about 200 or 300 of these at $10 a pop. But I had to print it all. It's all printed on paper. This is the only surviving copy that I have. It's no longer saved on a computer anymore. Since then, I've had a dozen computers. But it was called Powwow Charms, Techniques and Talismans for Healing, Protection, and Well-Being by Rob Chapman. This is technically the first book I've ever written on powwow. And this was fun because I did this myself, like on my computer. And I have this like watermark behind the words and stuff. But I have all these like, it's just a book full of powwow charms. Now, some of these I look back on and think, what was I thinking? You know, and I don't know. There's like homemade remedies, herbal remedies and such. Anyway, this, if you come across a copy of this somewhere, there aren't that many in existence. So this is the only copy that I have. And I don't know. Anyway, it's just kind of fun to look at and see where I was way back then. But at the same time, it's a couple of cringeworthy moments when I page through this. But anyway, so I just thought that would be fun to mention the Powwow Charms by Rob Chapman. Me, the old me. Now I'm Rob Phoenix after I got married. But anyway, so this is my plug video, my shameless plug, Power Grimoire. This is the biggest book out of the 3 that I've written. This is like just under 200 pages. I like this. I'm proud of this. The Powwow Guy. It's really personal. I get very personal in here. And then the Powwow Book of Divination. So check it out. You can get them wherever. Just go online, search them, or go to Amazon. It doesn't matter. But that's that. Hope you're doing well. Sounds like it just stopped raining again. Now tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny and warm, so that's good. It's always great, like after a heavy rain, to have like a hot sunny day because everything's just going to burst into life then. Unfortunately, that also means weeds and grass. So, but that's okay. I think we're going to see my herbs come back, and hopefully we'll see a little growth spurt with the tomatoes because, I've said before, tomatoes are slow. Yeah, they're really slow this year. So, I mean, I'm not expecting full tomatoes at this point, but the plants don't even look like they're moving. But anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. So please check out my books. You're not paying my mortgage if you buy the book. It's just you're getting the information. So that's really important. And, I'm really proud of the work I've done. Now, I am by no means a writer. Okay, so you're going to read my stuff and think, who is this guy? But I just write I write the way I talk, and that's all, that's all I know. So I share what I know. It's important to put that information out there. It's all I care about. I just want people to have access to the information. So anyway, happy full moon. God bless you guys. Love you guys. And we'll talk soon.